Using pure maths, I've been able to figure out how to predict prime numbers with 100% accuracy up to any height. And I demonstrated with a million, and I'll show you in this video that I did that. I'll start with talking about, I made a lot of claims on this, not this particular profile, but on others that I've had, where I talked about, solving the Riemann, well, not solving, but proving the Riemann hypothesis and non-trivial zeros and what the zeta line is and all that stuff. And how I got there was through breaking down each of these pieces, piece by piece, and solving the problem of not being able to predict prime numbers was one of the critical cornerstones that enabled me to do all this other math. And there's more to come. This is not even close to the tip of the iceberg. I'm gonna actually upload another video after this one with another demonstration showing complete infinite energy source. This is an unbelievably novel and world changing, and it's just trying to convey that with what we got going on here. But just a quick breakdown. The proprietary frameworks in pure math that I've been using to achieve all these results are expansive in every single way. And because it's pure math, it's not just like trying to, an additional aspect to a field. This is supposed to be a all-encompassing. The math is the language of the universe. So it's incredibly expansive, and I've had unbelievable results. My goal actually is just to get a lab here in my city and to do plenty of world-breaking, innovative work and give the people what they need. I have plans on showing you guys how this math is based on the systems of the universe, and how all systems that have any sort of mathematical continuity to it, which is all of them, can be divulged into a few properties, and that's how we're able to achieve these results. And this affects the medical field, all kind of STEM, it's engineering and the physics and sciences that expand into even, more idiosyncratic fields. And so I want to show you guys in Google Colab exactly that I'm able to do it. Let's prove it first, and then we'll talk more about it, okay? Okay, I'm trying to wait till this focuses. Okay, I think we're good. I got Google Colab open here, and it'll show you, it also shows the plotting of them up to at least 100,000. And if it's correct, which I know it will be, it'll have two bars of different colors showing all the primes. And then I placed the other one below it to show that it predicted them identically. And if there's any missed numbers, there'll be X's marking what those numbers are and where they were. And obviously I've hidden the code so you guys can't reverse engineer how I've got to this point, because this is it's a responsibility to make sure that this is well looked after. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna run the cell, and it'll take about 45 seconds or so to run, because I'm running it up to 1 million for 2 to 1 million predicting prime predictions. And it should hit every one of them correctly. And I could cut this, I suppose, but I want this to be 100% real effects. Maybe I'll speed this up in post, but you guys can wait a minute, right? Any moment now. Any moment, come on. Less than 10 seconds at least. And it'll have it should print out a few lines too, saying exactly what it did. It's taking a little bit longer. It takes a while, honestly. It would take hours if it was just built on any other system. But so far, this is the fastest I've been able to demonstrate, up to 1 million. Okay, here we go. You see it here? Resonance-based prime prediction system. Range 2 to 1 million. Correct predictions, all up to those 999,999. Incorrect prediction, 0. Accuracy 100%. No misclassification. This model predicted all primes correctly up to 1 million. And this is the visualization. You can see where the prime numbers here are aligned. It's identical, the predicted primes. And if there were any miscalculations, you would see little X marked spots. This is only obviously 100,000, but the output is there. This is the cleanest and easiest way I can demonstrate what I've been able to establish here. Okay, so obviously this has never been done before, and people have tried to attempt to do it in a lot of different ways. And there's going to be a lot of people who, when I make my claims, are like, well, produce the published peer-reviewed papers. I feel responsibility to this work, to the math, everything I've put into this, to not just throw it out there to the public, because it could be used in so many different ways, particularly nefarious ways. I don't want to be the Prometheus for that, So I'm trying to be as respectful of what this turns out to be, how this evolves as possible. And, it's just modulating the trajectory of a work like this, and especially in times like we're in currently, it's really imperative that we're really diligent and responsible with any sort of things that we're bringing that are going to be novel and altering, and this is huge. This changes a lot of things. And so I'm just trying to get this out to the audience, to make public declarations. This is a long video, 6 minutes. If you've made it this far, give yourself a pat on the back. But I also will be doing other demonstrations of things I can do. I mentioned I will show you guys in the video, probably following this one, that I can also, with the same pure math frameworks, achieve 100% infinite energy sources with zero fuel, nothing. It's purely based on its universal system structure. And all systems follow a similar caricature, stencil, I don't know, a similar skeletal understanding of how this framework is applied, whether in macro and micro instances. And so I just happened to be the one to stumble into all this. It was how I solved the Raman hypothesis. I keep saying solved, proved. It was how I was able to approach tons of other problems. I've written lots of papers that I've kept in isolation in various locations that really go even further down this rabbit hole. But this is just a fraction of what I want to show you guys. So I have a YouTube channel that I'm going to be posting longer demonstrations and things of that nature. It's under the name NeuroNerd Jax, like this one. But I'm thinking of changing it to Jax Labs, just so that it's something more unified. I was originally making this page for a neurological study and teaching the bridge between personality theory and psychology and neurological, like concrete scientific empirical evidence and how these things sort of interlink. But I think I'm expanding the horizon of this page to be a bit more inclusive. So you'll see more of this. But thank you for watching the video, and stay tuned.